You can't see? Can't see the virtual screen? Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Into the Mist. This is our Curse of Strahd campaign. Glad you guys could join us. This is episode 13, and we have 15 or maybe 16 episodes this season, and we're super excited to get to the end. It's going to be amazing and fun and awesome. We'll do some quick announcements. We'll get through that real quick. I apologize for the delay because of COVID and Barovia and trying to figure out how to stream again, all remotely. And we're also, but I think we got to figure it out. I don't think we have the delay that we had last time. I think we're good. All right, first off, I want to thank Dungeons & Dragons, of course, as usual, for their incredible sponsorship. Week in, week out, without their sponsorship and without their help, we wouldn't be able to do this. So we want to thank them so much. We are live on the D&D Twitch, as well as the Realmsmith Twitch, as well as the Beetle and Grimm Twitch. I want to thank Beetle and Grimm as our main title sponsor. They have, right now, they're offering everyone through the extent of this session and this episode, so from 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, 7 to 10 Eastern, a 10% discount code for the Curse of Strahd box. The information and the link and the promo code will be in the chat, so check that out. Make sure you take advantage of that. That's 10% off of their Curse of Strahd box. It's an incredible discount. We want to thank Matt and all the great people at Beetle and Grimm's for that incredible option and discount. Thank you for that. Also want to show the awesome products, some of the awesome products from the Curse of Strahd box. If we want to do a little bit of a reveal there, I don't know if we can switch. I didn't think of that. We won't do that yet. We'll do that after. Should we do that after? We'll do that in a second. Sirenscape. Want to thank Sirenscape, an incredible other title sponsor. If you go to sirenscape.com/Realmsmith, and then in the title bar or in the search bar, search for Realmsmith, you will see all of these sound sets that we use on a regular basis to make this stream as incredible as it is, especially when it comes to all of the ambient music and sounds and all of that wonderful stuff. I want to thank our product sponsors, WizKids, Dwarven Forge, Hero Forge, Mythroll Armory, and you guys are going to talk to us a little bit about your new Kickstarter, which launches on Friday, I believe. If you guys want to chat about that, we can go to the group view and say hi to everyone. And I think Dave is going to tell us about... Yeah. What's that? Oh, Julian is fixing cameras. One moment, please. You know what? I'll do some other ones first. Want to also thank D&D Beyond. We are officially powered by them, and we are so thankful for their ongoing product sponsorship as well. We are doing a giveaway for D&D Beyond. The code is Nightmare. So if you enter Nightmare into the chat, you will get entered into a draw for a digital copy of Curse of Strahd. And that for your D&D Beyond experience. So make sure that you enter that into the chat. It looks like I am stuttering again and lagging a bit. I swear we'll get this sorted out one of these days. And I apologize for that. Want to talk about our Discord. So for those of you folks that don't know about it, on our Discord we have a roleplay community where people play Vistani alongside of our live stream. And what happens in our Discord adventures and quests and in their roleplay on the channel affects what happens to our cast in the live stream and vice versa. It's really incredible. All you have to do in order to be a part of that is to subscribe to our channel with your Amazon Twitch Prime account, or at tier 1, 2, or 3 on Twitch, and you can do that on the Realmsmith Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Realmsmith, and you will be entered into the Vistani world to be able to roleplay and take part. Can we bring up the map? Is that possible? Right now, the camp at Camp Gakis, this is our Vistani, have built this camp at the foot of Mount Gakis in Barovia. And I'm not sure if he can bring that up just yet. Poor Julian, I'm putting him through the... It's not working? It's perfect. It's Barovia. We love it. It's awesome. Okay, well, anyways, it's awesome. They just built some animal pens, and they built some more watchtowers and a whole wall around their camp. It's awesome. You can check it out on our Discord, and all the information will be added to that with our, for our, and from our Smith Guardians. What's that? All right, Julian's working on it. Josh is also here. Say hi, Josh.
Hello.
Josh is in the room with me today, safely socially distanced. There we go, Camp Gakis. Don't have to kill any more time. But you can see on the bottom right there, we have animal pens that they've just built. There are some watchtowers, and every tent and wagon in the camp represents one of our players within our Discord. And they are feverishly building up because of attacks that have been happening on the camp, including spending a ton of bits to build this wall. So we thank our Discord community for all of the support, because that helps us to do what we do. It takes resources to do this, and every little bit helps. And our Discord community has been incredible that way. They've also just finished a whole slew of quests. Those quests were run by Steve, who is Scuba, in our Smith Guardian team, from our Smith Guardian team, on our Discord. Some of the quests were also run by Julian, and the 9th quest was run by myself, and it was a lot of fun. You can check it out on YouTube. It has been uploaded. It was uploaded last week, took place last week, and it was the kind of the finale and culmination of all these quests that they took up the mountain. You can see some of the quests were successful, some of them were failures, but they did a great job in doing exactly what they needed to do to get out, up Mount Gakis and complete the quest that was in front of them. What I will tell you is that it was epic, and they fought some epic creatures, and they came out mostly unscathed, which were awesome. So I want to thank our Smith Guardians, especially Steve, for running our Discord week in, week out. It's a ton of work, and we're thankful that they're a part of the team. Can I get back to the Kickstarter now? Are we ready to go on that, or? Almost, okay. This coming Tuesday, so that is tomorrow night, we have Behind the Screen. That is your semi-spoiler. We can get back to my shot there, Julian, when you have a sec. It's that kind of Monday, folks. Poor Julian. Hi, everyone. Tomorrow night, Behind the Screen is our spoilerific look behind the screen of Realmsmith and what we do here. You can ask your questions. It's basically like an hour-long Q&A session where we kind of talk about how we do what we do, answer questions about this episode and previous episodes, and possibly about Tides of Wildmount Season 2, which will be coming in November. And we're very excited about that. Players Table Thursday with Joel Auge, as usual. He typically goes through scenes from last episode, and we kind of talk about how awesome it was and everything that kind of happened throughout the episode, and then he ends in a song. Spoiler-rific. Nolzers currently is on hiatus, where we've kind of put it on hold for now, just to kind of take a breather, and we're looking at what the future holds for Nolzers, so stay tuned for that. I already talked about the giveaway. If you like what you saw today, and you enjoy what we do here at Realmsmith, consider, did you see that? Consider following and sharing. And if you follow, this will go purple. It'll blink purple once. If you subscribe, it'll go blue. And if you spend bits, it'll go green. And that's just our way of knowing that you're out there and you're helping us and supporting us throughout our stream. And it kind of connects us a little bit further. The last thing we'll talk about is we'll get back to the product shots. Can we do that yet? Josh, we can? All right, let's do that. We're going to look at our awesome new funky PTZ camera as we go back to the shot. Not that one. Although that was really good. There it is! Hey, it works! We are getting our PTZ working finally. It's actually coming together. It's really great. These are some of the items that you can find in the Beetle and Grimm Curse of Strahd box. These are the awesome Barovian coins with the visage of Strahd and the seal of Strahd on them. This is a Taroka deck. It's much bigger than the original Taroka deck, and the back, you can't really see it, but it's like, I don't know, you call it gilded? What do you call it? But it's got silver on it. And it's awesome. The foil, thank you very much, Josh. That's why Josh is here. And all the coins come in this nifty little bag with the seal of Strahd on it. It's really awesome. And then I'll show just a bit of this. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see. This is like the map of Barovia, done by the legendary Devin Rue, which the players would have in their possession if they were here live, but COVID. And we can go back to this shot real quick, and then we'll go back to my shot. when I show them this. There it is. The holy symbol of Ravenkind. Check it out. It's super awesome. I just got it in the recently. I'm trying to take it off. There we go. Really awesome. It's hefty and it's quite large. And I wish Adam had it because he'd be wearing it because Dmitri currently has it in his possession. But want to thank all the guys at Beetle and Grim for sending us all this awesome stuff ahead of time so we can show you. Again, 10% off for the duration of the episode. Information is in the chat. Last thing, merch. You can check it out below the video in our Twitch channel. This is our sweatshirt. We have tons of character art as well. You can check that out. And then let's talk about Mythroll Armory's Kickstarter. David.
Yeah, so we just launched, we're about to launch on Friday a collection of D&D themed, they're not really D&D. I don't know if I'm allowed to say they're D&D themed, but they're dungeon-y themed Christmas ornaments. And they come in a little red Santa bag that you can use as a dice bag.
Cool. Do you have anything that people can look at or see?
Nope. But they can go to christmas.mythrollarmory.com.
Cool. And they can
check it out on Friday.
That's awesome.
It's only up for a week, and we're probably going to sell them out. So.
And when do they ship by?
Oh, before Christmas.
Awesome.
That's why we're running it for a week, so that we can ship them out in November.
That's amazing. That's great. And I'm assuming in the coming weeks we'll have versions of them that we can take a look at kind of on stream?
Yeah.
Amazing.
They're on their way to us.
Great. And your background might cause a seizure. It might happen. I'm just saying. All right.
Accepted.
Are you guys ready to dive into the mist? Last session was crazy. There were all kinds of madness that ensued, and currently, you guys are precariously surrounded by a group of barbarians after heading to Yester Hill. Yester Hill being a hill that is right on the edge of Strahd's domain, bordered by the mists that have captured or encapsulate Barovia. And you went there because you were asked by the Mardakovs to basically put an end to what the Druids, who are under Strahd's, not necessarily control, but under Strahd's influence, and who have stolen a green gem, which is the source of what helps the grapes to grow at the Wizard of Wine's winery. And without this green gem, the grapes will dry up, the vineyard will be no more, and of course the people of Barovia won't have their precious wine to abide the time with. You headed to Yester Hill, and Muskoka, being the weakest of the group at the time, being low on hit points,
and overall,
was somehow coerced in casting a light spell on himself, and then heading up the hill as a beacon for all to see, followed by an invisible Ezmerelda. When he got up there, they found a Druid Circle built out of stones that was quite ancient, as well as burial plots and cairns that surrounded in concentric circles around what we know as Yester Hill. A ways off from that Druid Circle, you saw a large, gnarled, blackened tree that seemed to ooze some sort of substance, surrounded by what you saw as these needly creatures that you have seen before. You saw them at the Wizard of Wines, and you confronted them. Somehow, there's trees that surround this tree, and the ones that are closest to it have died. They've withered, they're leafless, but as the trees go out into this copse of trees that surround it, they're more and more vibrant and alive. Muskoka, once surrounded by druids and berserkers, climbed the effigy that they had built in the likeness of Strahd, in hopes of somehow finding this gem, which Ezmerelda saw a glimpse of somewhere within the effigy. As he climbed ahead, some of the barbarian berserkers began to clamor up to try and stop him from doing so. Lightning having struck this stone wall every once in a while in a somewhat random pattern. Ezmerelda's been fighting off the berserkers as the rest of the crew are now cresting the hill at the top Falpher having shot his first arrow at one of the druids. When all hope seemed lost, in true Barovian fashion, it got worse. In a cloud of brimstone and ash, a nightmare steed, a horse from the pits of the plains, came into existence bearing Strahd himself. And he is some 100 to 200 feet away from where you stand currently. He has a humanoid draped across the back of his steed, and he stares on quite quizzically, and has, as he did, brought his nightmare to stop, and just watches as what is happening in front of him unfolds.
Hey, Jay.
Yes.
Is it possible to assume that, or I mean reasonable to assume that the horse is both a nightmare and a nightmare?
Get out.
Would that be fair?
I'd say that's probably fair, Joel.
Okay. I'm
Is there
going
also a knight's mare?
and a knight's mare. No
You
less.
guys have all already rolled initiative, so let's just get on with it.
Yeah. Okay.
You do hear the sounds of what sound like war drums that surround you in this circle. Currently, Strahd, like I says, pulls the reins in the nightmare and it comes to a stop. Ezmerelda, you are currently up. You are surrounded by you are flanked by two berserkers. You have felled one. What do you do?
I am going to, there's still the two. I see Strahd still salty about that charm spell last time. I'll get to that later though. But for now, these two guys, I'm gonna hit one each with a firebolt.
Okay.
If this can go away. Okay.
The one to your left, you can tell, is more injured. The one to your right is completely fresh. You haven't attacked him at all yet.
Okay, well, I rolled 19 on to hit the first one.
That's a hit.
Let's hit the healthier guy first.
Okay.
So he will take 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And the second guy is a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that will be 9 points of damage.
Nicely done. And this
as
this other guy on the right, on the left, he's quite hurt at this point. When you hit him with this firebolt, you can see a massive scorch mark in his chest that has burnt away the first number of layers of flesh. What do you do?
Tasty. I would, as a bonus action, I would like to take my greater potion of healing because I'm not doing very well right now.
Okay. All right.
Potion, yeah. So that will.
Okay, Falpher, you're up.
Okay. So strapped into Sterling's chest.
Yes.
I'm going to wait to attack until Sterling does his full movement again.
Okay. All right. At this point, the berserker, who is more hurt, is going to take a swing at you, Ezmerelda. That is going to be a 19. Is that a hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is going to be 11 points of damage.
Glad I drank that healing potion.
The second one who got hit by or glanced by that other firebolt looks you in the eyes, and you can see rage in his eyes as he screams a battle cry. He gets advantage on hits against you, and then you will get advantage on you will get advantage on him in turn. That is a 22.
Yep.
And that is going to be 8 points of 8 points of damage.
Okay.
to you.
And I'm back to where I started.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The other barbarian is going to also come in on where you're at. Going to take another shot at you. He misses with both, even though he is visibly raging. And the other two are going to try and attack you, Muskoka. This one's going to climb even further, up to closer to the head. Uh, 17, Muskoka, is that a hit?
Yep. That happens to be
5
a hit.
points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, the other one is a natural 20. "21 points of damage as he comes across with his great axe across your stomach, opening a large wound just above your belt. Are you still up?
So Muskoka would at that point probably let go
Yeah.
and fall to the ground, unconscious.
Okay.
Are the vines still holding you though? The thorny.
Muskoka
they
is
were
going
holding
to
me.
fall. I am going to.
Oh,
You're-
no, I think I broke out of the vines.
Were you right on top?
I was
Dave?
close to the top. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you roll me a d8, please, and tell me what number that is?
Yeah. Why not? It's a 3.
It's terrible.
He's going to fall right down onto that druid who fails their save, and he falls onto that druid there. No, that way. See that druid? That's right. Yeah, there. Yeah. Ezmerelda, you from behind you see a figure fall from the top of this effigy. Dave, because you fell after you went unconscious and took damage, you're going to take one death save right off the top.
Okay. Good.
And
So I'm gonna take one right now.
yeah,
Like a single fail out of 3?
yeah, a single fail out of 3.
Oh.
So you're not rolling. You've failed already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Good. That's
You're
cool.
maybe just in time.
The druid that he fell on is staggered by the fall and injured. It's obviously going to take some damage. And as Esmeralda, you see her turn and crouch in front of Muskoka, and it seems like she's taking out some sort of healing kit of some sort, and begins to tend to his wounds. Okay, Muskoka, you are now stable but unconscious.
Okay, whoa, Jay, what just happened? A druid did this?
Yes, one of the druids did this.
Okay.
Okay. The other druid, the other 3 druids are going to.
So I'm stable now.
You are stable now. Yep.
Well, thanks for giving me that automatic failure.
How far are you, Sterling, at this point?
I'm 290 feet away. After my next turn, I'm gonna be 230.
Okay. At this point, they're going to attempt to entangle. I would like you, Esmerelda, to make a strength save. Sorry?
16.
Sorry, make 3, please.
3, okay.
Yep.
15, and natural 20.
You manage again to sidestep all of their entangle spells as vines begin to sprout out of the ground, attempting to hold and entangle you. The druid from behind is going to hold an action. The other druid to the left of the effigy all of a sudden begins to start a tribal dance and begins to sing as the drums that you hear in the slight distance begin to rise in volume. Almost
What's the song that
cacophonous.
we're hearing, Jay?
What's that?
What is the what is the song that we're hearing? Could you perform some for us a little bit?
No,
What
I
does the
can't.
dance look like?
Absolutely not. But it's quite creepy. And she is moving in these really kind of sporadic and almost like inhuman movements as she begins to dance around the effigy that you see. Falpher, you can't quite see this because she's inside the circle at this point. Anybody outside the circle can't see this. Ezmerelda, you are the only one that hears this and can see this. At this point, Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
I'm gonna dash, and I'll be at 230 feet, so Falpher will be able to take his attack now.
Okay, go ahead, Falpher.
Okay, so how distant from us is Strahd currently?
Oh, so how far did you just move?
I'm at 230 feet away from our companions.
Yep.
So you're about 330 from Strahd.
330 from Strahd.
And he is kind of past the circle, like a couple hundred feet.
So can I? Is he within? Oh, damn it! Okay, I'm going to pull out my short bow, or actually, it is already pulled out, and I'm going to attempt to hit the first enemy I see just outside the circle.
Okay. So yeah, there's one. There are a couple at the mouth. The three of them at the
Yep.
mouth. Yep. Go ahead.
So that will be with disadvantage. That's a 13, and that's a 14. So 13
Okay.
to hit.
That is.
Oh, actually, that's not true. It's a well, I have a +8 on those. So 13 would be what's 21.
That's enough. 13
Yeah.
would be enough, even.
Cool.
And which one are you attacking? The one that you already hit?
Yes.
Okay. And how much damage?
1d6 + 3. Let me just do that real quick, so that's 5 points of damage.
Okay. All right. And even at this distance, and is this within your actual distance, or should you have rolled with disadvantage?
I did roll a disadvantage.
Okay.
And it's
Okay, perfect. All right. Sterling, your turn.
I just
Oh, you already moved, right? Dashed?
I can move again if you. know.
No, it's fine. Dmitri, you're up.
I'm dashing as well.
You
bringing
are,
me,
sir.
Now I'm only 260 away.
All right. Okay. Muskoka, you are up.
But I'm just stable and unconscious.
Yeah, that's it. So you're not up. You're right.
Well,
you're
I'll
actually
lay
down.
there.
You're actually currently prone. You, in the distance, can see Strahd begin to kind of back his nightmare up a touch, and he reaches back on his nightmare where the humanoid is tied up, and he kind of drops him off the side of the nightmare, and it tumbles in a heap onto the ground beside him. Beside the nightmare, and you can see he's actually wrapped even from this distance. You can see the glint Falpher of chains, like a bright kind of metallic-looking color chains that are wrapped from head to basically shoulder to foot around this humanoid. And you can see from this distance, this humanoid is dark-skinned.
I knock on the chest of Sterling and I go, "Do you see that? He's wrapped in chains."
I do.
At this point, there are shrubs in the undergrowth around where Strahd is, and they begin to move and twist and grow into what you know as twig blights. And they move over to Strahd's side, and they begin to lift the humanoid up above their heads like this, and begin to move him towards the circle.
Well, I'm glad I used the charm plants last week.
Yeah, it was probably a good idea. Ezmerelda, you're up. Falpher, you're on deck. And Ezmerelda, you don't see anything like this from Strahd because you are too close within the circle to be able to see over the wall.
Okay. I see that druid looks like they're about to do a little song and dance, and I'm going to use my Vistani Evil Eye to cast Hold Person.
Very good.
So they need to make a DC
What's the DC?
14.
14 on what? Strength or Constitution?
It just said, it doesn't say. Or I
probably
guess
wisdom?
it might in the book. I think wisdom.
And what was the DC? Sorry, 14?
14.
Wisdom, yeah.
Yeah. As you kind of you not point, but you look very sternly. What does that look like, Noura? Tell me.
It's the raised eyebrow.
Okay, you raise the eyebrow
This one.
at this druid, and for a moment it catches your eye, and you can see her begin to slow as she starts to fight it, and breaks your gaze. No effect.
Wow.
Was that your action?
Yeah.
Okay. Falpher, as you kind of crest this hill, and as you approach on Sterling's chest, it's weird, you, all of a sudden, the world around you begins to muffle. Everything kind of goes quiet for a moment. And you hear a whisper of a deep voice, seemingly carried on the wind. It says, "Long have I waited for one who is worthy. My spear hungers for blood. Retrieve it and rule these mountains in my stead, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall." And you immediately, everything comes back. You hear normally again, but you feel drawn in the direction, in a westward direction towards the concentric circles of cairns. It's your turn. What do you do?
Does anyone else hear this, Jay, or is it just me?
Sorry?
Does anyone else hear this, or is it
No,
just me?
you don't know.
I don't know.
No.
So it wasn't allowed. I guess it wasn't allowed. It was just
you heard it on the
in my
wind.
mind.
You heard it on the wind. It wasn't. You definitely feel like you heard it outside of your own head, but
Okay.
it just kind of passed on the wind.
Okay.
So Sterling may have heard it. You don't know.
Okay. Sterling, did you hear that?
Hear what?
A voice on the wind, like coming. It was like everything turned off for a while, and I heard a voice. Did you hear it?
Yeah, no. Usually I only hear the voices in my head.
Oh, okay. Well, could you point your large metal body in that direction over there, and then run over there? There. I think we're supposed to go over there. The voice was telling me.
But our friends are over there.
I know, but perhaps there's a way to beat Strahd in this moment. Perhaps.
Trust this voice?
I've never heard it before, but I feel somewhat drawn to going. Investigate this with me, my friend.
And Sterling, just again 6 seconds, but you did see Muskoka fall off the top of the effigy. Both of you did.
Do I get an insight on this with Falpher, or by chance?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's a 9.
Falpher with a 9. What does he sense from you?
Yeah, I mean, I clearly believe what it is that I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just feel like maybe there's a solution in that direction. That's what you're getting from me.
Okay.
What do you do? 6 seconds.
Oh, well, we were just chatting. So, I don't know. Okay. I the only thing I trust is our friends on this battlefield. I'm not sure what voice you heard, but I think we should go to our friends. Muskoka fell.
No, I saw that. Okay, I mean, maybe we can quickly move and get there after. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. Muskoka is important, I guess. Let's go.
Okay. Sterling, what do you do?
All right.
Oh, sorry. It's not Sterling's turn. Hang on one sec.
Okay.
I apologize. So Falpher, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold an attack again until I get even closer.
Okay. All right. Back to the berserkers. First one is going to attack you, Ezmerelda. That is going to be a 15. That is not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Second one is going to be a 22.
Can I cast shield as a reaction?
Sure you can.
That puts my AC up to 22.
Nice. Meets it, beats it. That's not enough.
I know, but it still lasts for like a round, so maybe like if anybody else tries to attack me,
That's
won't
9
be
points of damage.
So dead. I'm still alive.
Okay.
Huzzah!
The third one is going to attack, and it misses. The druid beside you stands up again and tries to hit you. Sorry. No, you know what? These other berserkers are going to climb down, so they get their 30 feet of movement. Does that put them anywhere near Ezmerelda? Maybe behind her there?
Maybe further away from me.
No? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. They're going to climb down back here then. That's fine. And then that one's also going to start to climb down. The druid continues to do a song and dance for whatever's happening. And that other druid came in too, right? 1, 2, 3. How many druids are there? 3. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, berserkers, 3, right? Okay. 4, 5. Okay. The druids are going to move inside the circle so they get cover from everybody else. Please. And once again, they're going to try and entangle you. All 3 of them. I'd like you to roll a strength saving throw, please.
Me?
Yep.
3 times again?
Yep, 3 times again.
Oh.
Can they all move in? That one too. Yeah.
All right, that one is
Like
an
cover, though.
18
Like-
plus. That's a dirty 20.
Not learning their lesson, these guys.
That one is a 16. And that one is a 15.
Wow! Once again, able to sidestep. I think they're probably going to give up trying that.
I hope so. I guess I got that going for me right now, seeing as how many hit points I have.
Sterling, you're up. Dmitri on deck.
All right. I am dashing, and that puts us at 170 feet out.
Okay.
Still in the direction of our friends, not towards the creepy Karen.
Okay, Falpher, at this point, you don't have a... at this point, you do have a shot, but it's through the stone kind of entrance. The druids have moved into the circle and gotten some cover. So at this point, you can see the backs slightly of some of the berserkers at this range. And you can see that they're fighting what appears to be Ezmerelda, and she's surrounded by barbarians at this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to sharpshoot a berserker in the middle of the shoulder blades in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
So,
disadvantage on that. Just roll, unless you're out of range. You're out of range still?
I am still out of range.
Okay, so disadvantage, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's a 25, and that is a 23.
Okay, both hits.
Yep. So
Same berserker both times?
No, actually, sorry, that was one attack with disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
So you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I rolled disadvantage.
Yep.
So that's 23, I guess, hits, and I'm still, since I'm carrying my short bow, I'll have that first attack.
Okay.
And then second attack, that's 22, and that's 22. So 23 and 22, and that's 9 points of damage, and that one is 7 points of damage.
Okay, the barbarian who is the furthest to the left goes down, and as your arrow, both arrows hit straight in the back, you can see that it crumples in front of Ezmerelda.
I yell out, "Huzzah! Did you see that, everyone?" And I notice that no one else can hear me but Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling, it's your turn. Dmitri, you're on deck.
So I just went before, so good.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I made my move right before
Okay.
Falpher took his attack, so it's Dmitri.
How close are you now?
I'm at 170 because I did my dash right before Dmitri did his thing.
I got it. Got it. Okay, Dmitri, you're up.
I'm still dashing. Yeah.
How far are you guys now? 170?
That's what you
170,
just-
Dimitri's 200.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what you just told us.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Muskoka, you are still unconscious.
Stay there.
Strahd at this point basically sits atop his nightmare, and you can see this in the distance, Falpher. Dmitri, you can see it now as well, and you can as well, Sterling.
Jay, just as a curiosity, how far still am I from Strahd?
I'd say like, what did I say before? 300 and something?
You said 330.
You're
last
you're
time.
like 230.
270 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Basically 100 further than you are from everyone else.
Yep.
You're within disadvantage range with your shots, though, right? You've got a max of 320.
320 is my max. Yeah.
At this point, across the wind, Ezmerelda, you hear a familiar voice, the voice of Strahd. And you can tell that everyone kind of around you within this circle kind of perks up a little bit. And you hear across the wind the voice of Strahd say, "Use the shifter." You have lost view, Falpher,
Oh.
of the blights that were carrying the humanoid because they're kind of behind the wall at this point.
Yep.
And Ezmerelda, the barbarian, kind of reaches down behind Muskoka and starts to drag him across the ground. And they're going to bring him here. And he's going to stand here, like that. Okay? And yeah, you can feel and you see out of the corner of your eye, Ezmerelda, that Muskoka begins to get dragged away from where you are.
Oh, my beautiful dumb friend Muskoka.
Ezmerelda, you're up. Falpher, you're on deck.
Okay.
I would like to attack that barbarian you said that was dragging him away.
Yep. Sorry, that barbarian's not within, like it was on the other side of so he wasn't within striking range of you. Unless you want to use a spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a spell.
Okay.
How far away is he?
At this point, I'd say he wouldn't have moved his full distance. I'd say about 15 feet.
Okay. So, but as long as he's within my sight,
Yep.
I'm going to hurl a lightning bolt at him.
Okay.
So he's got to make a dex save. Does he get disadvantage on that since he's carrying Muskoka?
No, his
Or
movement
he's
is just
dragging him?
half. He
Okay.
wouldn't get necessarily, but Muskoka has a chance of getting hit maybe because he's within 5 feet.
Oh, shh.
And Muskoka doesn't get a dex save, so he would get hit automatically.
Oh,
So
no,
Muskoka
I
is
forgot
back
about that.
into death
What did I
saves.
do to you this week?
I was going for damage points and I totally forgot. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
And the berserker actually, like, as the lightning starts to crackle above his head, and as you reach out and the lightning shoots from your palm, he lifts Muskoka and it hits Muskoka, and you can see Muskoka kind of do this, and then it gets dropped by this
Jason, why?
berserker. Well, because that's what happened. That's not my
This
fault.
is okay.
It's not my fault.
This is Jason trying to kill you. This is not me trying to kill you.
This is Barovia
I
trying
would
to kill
just like
you.
to point out.
Let's be honest here for a minute.
So does he make that, does he fail that?
Well, no, so he's just back in death saves. So he's back into his bleed. So when it comes back around to him, he'll have to roll a death save.
Just back into death saves. I mean,
Fine.
he was
They'll
just
stabilize me
there.
again.
He was just
They
there.
need
He
you for
came out.
something very important.
You know, you could have been at like a weird angle to where that didn't hit you, but you know, Jason made the call that he had to, you know, lift you up and use you as a meat shield. That was not
the
my
conductive
call.
metal teeth.
I didn't roll for that.
Are you done your turn, Noura?
The barbarian
Yes.
saved. Oh.
Okay. Falpher, you're up.
Do I see Muskoka's teeth arc? Like, do they?
No, not
No?
within.
There's no.
No, you're not within range.
Okay.
Nice try,
I
though.
can't see that.
No, you
okay.
can't see that.
But noting that Strahd is still on his horse, and that I am at what is probably the only distance I'm willing to be from Strahd and attack him, I will pull out my arrow of vampire slaying
Okay.
and aim it at Strahd's neck.
Oh, okay. Called shot, or you're just trying to hit
Center
him?
of mass.
I'm just.
I mean, you
saying
already have to
that-
roll a disadvantage because it's not outside of your range though.
It's not. No,
Okay.
320 is my range.
Okay,
and he's-
so you're within
yeah.
range. It's still
Yeah.
a disadvantage.
Yep.
I would like you to
Could
make
I-
that roll, please.
Okay.
Could I give him my inspiration for that?
Oh, and I also have inspiration that I have not used.
Oh, then use
Okay.
that one.
So you can roll just
thank
once
you for
if
the
you want.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, you can roll just once.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's a 27 because I'm at +8. 27.
Okay. So you arch back with your short bow as you let it go, and it arcs in the air, and you can see it kind of in the distance, and it hits true. Can you please tell me what happens when that happens?
Yes, I can, Jason. I can do that. My arrow of slaying does 6d10 of damage. An arrow of slaying is a magic weapon meant to slay a particular kind of creature. In this particular case, a vampire. Some are more focused than others. For example, they're blah blah blah. Okay, so if a creature belonging to the type associated with an arrow of slaying takes damage from the arrows, the creature must make a DC 17 con saving throw, taking an extra 6d6 of piercing damage on a failed save,
Okay.
or half as much on a successful one.
Okay.
Once an arrow of slaying deals its extra damage to a creature, it becomes a non-magical arrow of arrow.
Becomes a non-magical arrow of arrow.
Well, yeah, just an arrow of normal arrowness.
Okay. So I have to roll a save.
Yeah, wisdom. Sorry, no, con saving, 17. Come on,
That-
Strahd, you're weak.
That's a failure.
We failed?
Yep.
Holy crap!
Okay. Roll your damage.
Do we
Okay.
win now? What happens?
We win, guys. I think we just won.
D&D.
We win.
Good.
Okay, one sec.
On
One
to-
sec.
on to Bob
Just
now.
add all these up. Okay, here we go, and I'm gonna roll them now. I'm gonna roll them all out. Okay, that is. Oh, that's nothing. That's 23 points of damage. No. I'm wrong. Ha. I did 6d6s. I'm supposed to do 6d10s. Can I re-roll that, please?
Well,
I
60
guess
times
so.
Plus 66, right?
That's a thoughtful thought of you. Here we go. Roll. Okay, that's much better. 42 points of damage.
Okay.
Did you add the extra 66 because he failed, though?
I don't think that's what it said.
I thought it said it was 60-10 and then an extra 66 if he failed.
No, it's just 6d10, and it's halved if he fails. Sorry, if he succeeds.
Where does the 66 come from?
That
Yeah.
was just me mistaking. I put the 6d instead of a
Okay.
d6. you
So
know
it's
what I mean?
60. So he took how much damage? 42?
42.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the arrow kind of arcs through the air and it is about to hit him, you see a flash of red energy as it impacts. The arrow shattering and him basically rearing back on his horse and managing to hold onto his steed, he then lands back on all fours, and his gaze meets yours. And he smiles. Somehow the arrow did not pierce whatever protective something that he had surrounding him.
Okay, can I just off, that's just out of game, make a comment? Hey man, if these kids are gonna give us some really good stuff to use, I think it should just work.
It did work.
It's for the kids.
It did work. It did 42 points of damage.
I just want you to note my complaint right now, DM. That's just...
Okay, that is your turn?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you, Joel, to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, that's good.
Kill Falpher. Don't kill everybody's favorite.
Okay, that is an 18. It's my highest stat. So.
Okay. Strahd's eyes meet yours.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to, the world begins to mute. You get tunnel vision as you see his eyes, and it's all you see. You start to hear his voice enter your mind. That's creepy. And immediately you're able to shake it off. No effect, you lucky butt.
I just do that. I do that. I try to mimic his laughter.
Okay.
But poorly.
Okay.
So I go,
I like it.
Mr. Strahd.
I like it. Okay. Moving right along. Berserker is going to attack you, Ezmerelda. Still raging. That is a 23. The other one is another 22. Sorry, Ezmerelda. 5 points of damage on the first one.
Yeah, I'm down.
9 points of damage on the second one. As the one cleaves through, Ezmerelda goes down. You do not see this. Well, Falpher, all of a sudden you don't see Ezmerelda. Let's just say that.
Oh, okay.
Through all the craziness, you don't see her. And the other one comes down with his axe on his attack, Ezmerelda, and you're going to take a single death saving throw automatically on the second attack.
Okay.
Okay? Everything goes dark at this point.
Sheesh.
They're all going to disperse and take cover behind the wall. You see them all move kind of out of the center area, Joel.
Yeah.
And this druid is going to drag Ezmerelda to the back, please. Further back this way, yeah, but in cover still. Okay.
Jay, did those druids see my attack on Strahd?
Probably not, because they're within the circle.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Ezmerelda, you don't know what happens while you're down, but you are stabilized.
Huh, okay.
Okay. This druid is going to move here. This druid is just going to move back a little bit. This one is going to back into the corner here. Okay. All right. One moment, please. Okay. Sterling, you are up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
I'm gonna dash. We're at 110 feet.
Okay. Dmitri?
I'm gonna dash. I'm at 140 feet.
Okay. Muskoka, you are still unconscious.
Oh, my actions.
At this point, Joel, Strahd kind of backs his nightmare and begins to he turns and he starts to move off towards the west end of the hill, towards where the fog wall meets his domain.
I start laughing, Jay. I start laughing at him. I go, that's right. You take your stupid horse and you go where you're supposed to not be, huh?
As you do that, he turns as if ignoring you and trots sideways towards the edge of the hill. And as he does, the nightmare begins to take flight and almost trot in the air, seemingly flying and moving faster than on the ground, and comes to rest kind of at the furthest edge of the hill, closest to where the fog wall is. And you see Strahd look out into the mists, and not seemingly understanding what he's doing, is gazing out past the hill.
He's scared of us, clearly.
Um,
I don't know why.
Clearly, I'm so intimidating right now.
I knock on the metal that's behind my head.
Can you give me a perception check, Falpher, actually? And
Yes, I
Sterling
can.
at this point.
That is a sorry. Perception plus 7. That's a 24.
Okay, Sterling?
Dirty 20 for me.
Okay. With a dirty 20 and a 24, Dmitri, you're a little too far out for this. You kind of peer into the mist where he is, and it appears that the mist begins to clear slightly. And as you look west into the curtain of fog, you see a white fortress on a hill above a great city. The city appears quite distant, maybe a mile away. The fog obscures all detail, but you can hear what sounds like the echo of a church bell. Welcome back. Sorry about that again. I blame COVID. For some reason, we're having intermittent issues with, I don't know what's going on. But it seems like we're okay now. Hopefully it'll hang on, and we'll continue to power through here until the end of the stream. For those of you who are watching, we are in episode number 13, and we will have a VOD available tomorrow. Hopefully, if we can get through it tonight, because we have technical issues when this stuff happens. Anyways, Barovia and COVID, and these guys are in a lot of trouble, so it's good. It's all good. Where did we leave off? Sterling and Falpher, you saw the view through the fog of a distant fortress, castle on a hill that Strahd seems to be peering out in. Almost like the fog had just split for a second, and you're seeing across a vastness this scene that he is currently taking in.
Jay, just as a quick note there,
Yeah.
is that directional? Do we know if we went in a direction it was over there, or was it just like an image in the clouds?
Insight.
Oh, I like this already. That's a 7. 7?
With a 7, it seems like if you could find a way to traverse the mist, it's maybe only a mile away. But the fog does obscure all detail.
Okay.
But what you can see, as I said, the city appears quite distant, maybe a mile away. The fog obscures all detail, but you can hear what sounds like the echo of a church bell. So it's feels real. You hear it, you see it, possibly a mile away or so, beyond the fog. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Ezmerelda, you are up. That's you are. I said you were stable, correct?
Stable, yes.
You are currently unconscious. Falpher, you're up.
Okay. How far are we from our destination at the top of the hill, Sterling?
110 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna hold an action until until Sterling does his full movement again.
Okay. All right.
That action will be by the way, an attack. I know I have to say what action it is. So
Sure. Okay. At this point, you don't know what's happening. You hear chanting and dancing, and you hear another voice basically join into this chanting that is occurring. As more druids kind of join in this chorus of some sort of ritualistic chant. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri on deck.
All right, so if I continue the next 60 feet with a dash,
Yep.
which brings me 50 feet from where our friends were at the statue.
Yep.
Keep
within 50 feet.
Are we passing by enemies on the way there?
No. So right now there's seemingly nobody around, but what you do see is actually what appears to be open graves. So you imagine when you kind of came up towards the hill, you didn't see anyone because they were actually camouflaged in these shallow graves, almost with like a layer of sod on top of them that they must have come out and burst out of. And there's probably like a dozen of those scattered around the circle, which is why seemingly there was nobody up here.
So all of the druids and barbarians that were around the statue are gone now?
They are out of sight. All you see before you is a trail that goes into this circle. You see movement within, but there's an effigy in the way, and there's kind of a rock wall around. But there is one way in, one way out the other side, and as you're approaching about 50 feet, this lightning bolt again comes and it hits the wall, on top of the wall, in again another random spot. And this seems to happen every, 5 to 10 minutes or so. Actually, not that long. Probably every 5 to 10 seconds, I would say. You see this lightning kind of in random spots on the top of the wall.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll... Okay. I'm going to take my movement. I'm going to do the full dash. And with my bonus action, I'm going to go Big Sterling.
Oh!
Okay. All right.
Or, hold on.
How
With
far do you
my
want? How close do you want to get?
action- Sorry?
How close do you want to get?
Well, I'm gonna do the full movement with dash to 50 feet.
Yep.
With my bonus action, instead of going Big Sterling, I'm gonna do Uvar and use my reaction to give Falpher advantage on his attack.
Okay.
Got my right back.
So how close are you to the wall then? Sorry.
I'm 50 feet away from the point that we were running.
Okay.
towards
All right.
the-
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Dmitri.
Keep running. Bringing me to 80 feet.
Okay.
You're in ranged range.
Okay. All right. Muskoka, you're unconscious. You're also unconscious. Falpher, you're up.
Okay. Ooh,
Actually, sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry. At this point, you see Strahd is continuing to peer into this expanse, almost somewhat longingly. You almost sense, even at this distance,
Okay.
and he kind of tilts his head to the side as he's peering across this expanse.
And you're sure he took no damage from that attack I put in?
Something happened. There was some sort of explosion. There was some sort of damage dealt, but you're not
Okay.
sure exactly in what way. It seemed to almost not quite hit him, but almost around him.
Okay. So I had held my action until Sterling had gotten closer, which I believe you did.
Yep.
Go up just your 35. Is it 35?
No, I did the full 60.
The full 60.
with
Okay.
with a dash, so we're now 50 feet. So you're at range, so you wouldn't be at disadvantage if there's
Okay.
anything.
Awesome. So I'm going to do a double arrow attack. Are there still these tendril slash kind of druidy? No, you know what those? What are they called? Blithes?
The blights?
Yeah, blights.
Yeah, sorry, no. At this point, you can't see where those went.
Okay. And do I see any enemies in front of me?
Give me a perception check.
26.
Currently, you don't, but you know there's danger on the other side of that wall. So you currently don't see them, and you don't see any movement in there, but you can tell that they're laying in wait.
Okay.
So we don't see the blights carrying the body. We don't see anybody that was leaving with Ezmerelda or Muskoka.
No,
We didn't see any of that.
Okay.
you don't see any of that from where you are right now.
So I'll look up to Sterling and go, I'm not sure we should go in quite yet.
I mean, we're finally here and the fight is left.
I know. I want to give my greater healing potion to Muskoka. I saw him go down off the effigy. He's probably hurt.
Where do you see him?
again.
Do you see... I don't see him or Ezmerelda.
No, currently I cannot see them, but when he was at the top of the effigy, I saw him fall down. So I have not seen them ever since. So perhaps they are hurt. Okay, how about this? Let's run in. I will wait till you are ready to run all the way in, and we must immediately heal them.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we out of initiative now?
No, you're in initiative.
All right. Okay. It's still your turn, right, Falpher?
Yeah. So I'm gonna hold my action until Sterling does whatever move he does next.
Okay.
Okay. Sterling, you're up.
All right. Watch my back, and I flip the harness around so Falpher's on my back.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa! First
so we
time
gotta-
for everything.
We got a full 360 view.
Okay.
And I'm kind of just looking for anything that needs to be killed or anything that needs to be saved.
Okay. And so, sorry, you're approaching closer?
No, I haven't moved at all. I'm still at the 50 feet right now, looking
Okay, give
for
me a
anything that
perception
needs
check.
to be killed or saved. $23.
Okay. With a 23, you think you see some movement just inside the wall, on either side of the wall to the entrance of the pathway going into this circle. Like they're waiting for you in an ambush kind of formation.
All right. With some choice 4-letter words, I go to the one on my right side,
Yep.
and I'm going to bonus action Big Sterling and take 2 swings with my long sword.
Okay, so you're still 50 feet out.
Yeah.
So-
So how close am I to the one on the right side?
How close is he to the one on the right side? Yeah. So you're 50 feet from the doorway.
15 feet?
50, 50.
Oh, 50 from the doorway, not
Yeah.
from the statue?
No.
All right. Then I will move the 30 feet closer
Okay.
and turn around so Falpher is facing it so he can do his attack towards the thing. But I want to be able to see the attacker so I know that Falpher will be able to, see
Okay,
it
so you're
too
gonna kind of
when I
look
turn
over
around.
your back, sort of. I guess
So
if you,
I want to move to the point where I can see the attacker and
Yeah.
turn around so Falpher can make the attack.
Okay.
Because
All
I'm
right.
on his back. currently.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Before I do that, since I still have my attack action, I might as well use my crossbow. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'll kind of like move around so that I can see the guy that's waiting in ambush on the right.
Yep.
Okay.
All
I'll
you
take-
see is basically like the edge of a leg, and it looks like You just see the
Okay,
edge
but
of like
he's
furs and
behind the wall then, so
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't attack him, and I have to go through the doorway to do the thing.
Correct. Unless you want to try and shoot him from where you are now.
I'll try. I'm guessing that counts as 3/4 cover.
At least. Yep.
All right. So I'll try from the 20-foot distance.
Okay.
2 attacks, crossbow. That's a 12 to hit and a 22.
That is a hit.
Oh.
Both?
22 is a hit. 12 is not.
22. That's 4 points of piercing damage.
4 points. Okay. As you see your crossbow bolt dig deep into the quad
Yeah.
of this creature, and it pulls its leg back, in pain.
Sorry, I got my big sterling bonus damage too. So
Okay.
And
That was
that's
12
an
to
extra
start?
3 points. So that's 7 points of damage total.
Oh,
On the leg. And
Okay.
I'll yell, "Come out, cowards!"
okay. All right.
And I'll yell out with my held action. I'll go, yeah, come out, cowards, and flip me over, Sterling.
Yeah, so I spin around,
Yeah.
so Falpher's now got...
Yeah.
Give-
So I'll pull out my my 2-hand crossbows and I'll try to lean over. I know like I don't have the ability to move, but can I just try to see if I can look around the corner if he's obstructed?
Well, give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, so that's an 8. But does a natural 1 not get affected if I have a bonus so high?
Nice try.
Halfling.
Oh yeah, halfling luck. Ah, sorry, that doesn't count. I'm totally right, and that's a 20. Dirty 20.
Okay.
How many times has Brandon saved your butt?
That's a hit.
So many times. I mean, I literally would be dead if Brandon wasn't my giant shield right now.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, cool.
And,
All right, so
and it's the same one that Sterling just attacked
Cool,
with
so
that
I'm gonna
crossbow.
yeah, I'm gonna do another one because I have 2 attacks. That would be 17 for the second one.
That is not a hit.
Okay. So first one is 8 points of damage.
Okay. And this one kind of, you can see that it's trying to pull the bolt out of its leg, and it hits it in the arm and sends a gash as the bolt kind of continues to fly past. Okay. That is Sterling's turn. Dmitri, you're up.
All right. The final dash. And now I'm only 20 feet.
Cause it's the final dash now.
Okay. Muskoka, you're unconscious. Ezmerelda's unconscious. Okay, at this point, you guys see cresting the top of the wall. So just above the wall, you see 10 twig blights who are currently hoisting Muskoka up the effigy. And basically, like, he's like limp like this, and they've got him by hands and legs, and they are hoisting him basically up backwards. Can I grab a little thing?
Are you telling me that
10 feet
I
up.
went where they wanted me to go without knowing it?
Maybe. And
That, or they think that's where you want to be.
they're basically hoisting him up the effigy, and he's basically at like chest level by the time their movement stops.
In their minds, you've offered yourself up for sacrifice.
It must have been so confusing to them when they're like, oh, he's already
Oh, I guess
just going by himself.
go ahead, climb up, buddy.
Yeah. Why did they bother to hurt me? I was already there.
Okay. At this point, that is another one. Falpher, you're up.
So 10 of these things are cresting over the top, and we can see them now.
You can see them, yeah, and they're only like 1.5 feet tall. So they're all kind of around, and they're all got them by one kind of limb or whatever, and they're climbing up with the other hand as they kind of lift him up the chest of this, and they're about chest level right now.
So would this be one of the only creatures, enemy creatures in the Barovian kind of world that is shorter than me?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. Can I run? Oh wait, no, I can't. How far are we now, Sterling?
You're
30
30.
We're 20 feet
You're
away.
20 feet from the
Okay.
opening of the. Can we get the overcam there, Julian? Yeah. So you can see yourselves right there in the bottom left corner.
Yep.
That's how far you are from that entrance.
So here's what I want to do, DM. I want to use my quick release straps.
They're more this way. They're
Um,
further that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to use the quick release straps that I have on this baby Bjorn
Yeah.
and jump out.
Yeah.
And I want to run over to Muskoka because he's being held at half my height.
Yeah. So
I could.
I'm gonna say that you take half your movement to undo those straps
Okay.
and fall, and basically like get out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I would imagine it was an acrobatics check, but whatever. That's fine.
No, this is what it is. And so you get to the ground, half your movement. You have another.
But I want to do an acrobatics check.
Your movement is 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spend half of that getting to the ground, and you have half of that to get to where you want to get to.
Okay, so that's 12 and
You're
a half
lucky
feet.
he didn't say that your action was getting loose.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
take it.
Okay. I'm good. No, I'm happy. So I'll use my half travel to get out. I've got 12 and a half feet to go, so I'm going to get as far towards Muskoka as I can.
Okay, so he's gonna get to there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that.
As you get into range, the two druids that were on either side, they roll out in front of where you are, and you see them spread their arms out and then clap them in your direction as this thunderous sound booms out from where they're standing.
So they aren't within 5 feet of me, are they?
They're within 15.
Okay.
As a wave of thunderous force sweeps out in your direction, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh yes, good job. Constitution. I'm so filled with this strength. Oh, mother heifer. That's a natural 1.
Okay. You take 12 points of thunder damage.
Can I use my reaction to give him the advantage with the Uvar?
Do you have to be close enough to him?
I'm only 12 and a half feet away.
How many feet?
I'm only 12 and a half feet away.
He has to be within 60 feet of me.
Okay, yeah, he is.
Okay, so that give him advantage on that roll.
Yep.
And I think because you're a halfling, you probably would have re-rolled it anyways.
That's true. But here, let's do it again. Oh, natural 20! Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. Wow.
Okay, all right. So you're hit with this thunderous force, but you managed to hold your ground, and you only take half of that damage. Which is
6 points.
6 points of damage, and you manage to hold yourself, and you feel it pushing you backwards, but you manage to stand your ground.
Okay.
At that point, they flip back around the wall.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll turn towards Sterling and say, "Be very careful! They're right behind the wall."
All right, that is your turn, Falpher. At this point, the berserkers are going to come around the corner and face you, Falpher, in the doorway. 2 of them wielding great axes.
But are they greater than I?
We're about to find out.
They're just okay.
One was only a 10. That's not going to be... Actually, they're raging. One is only going to be a 14. I'm assuming that's not enough.
Not enough.
The other one is a 23.
Not enough.
Nice try.
Just kidding.
That is going to be 14 points of slashing damage. As one comes around and you sidestep it, but it puts you right in the open for the other one who baseball swings and hits you with great force. Remember that you have advantage on them on your next turn, okay?
Okay.
Until the start of their next turn, anybody has advantage on them.
Okay.
Okay.
Against the berserkers, you said.
Yes, against the berserkers in the doorway there. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna approach the berserkers now that I've got some meat to cut.
Bring him in.
Yeah, and I'm stowing my shield, popping the claws on my left hand, and I've got my magical longsword out on the right, and I'm going to make some attacks.
Okay.
And before he does that, I'll go, wait till my big friend gets here.
Okay, so Clav the Badger is a 12 to hit. Vicious Longsword, a 13, and the second vicious longsword attack is, if it will roll for me, is a 17. 12, 15, 17 to hit.
12, 15, and 17.
Yep.
Sheesh.
The 15, the 17 hit. The 12 does not.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
they're both-
Remember that you had advantage.
Right.
So you can reroll that 12.
Then I'll reroll the Badger.
Oh, you can
and
reroll
that's
all
a-
of them. See if you get a natural 20. But
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a genius, brilliant idea. Come on. There we go. It's a 14. Nat 20.
okay. On which
Yeah.
one?
That was the third attack. So that's the magic longsword.
Okay. And which way? Well, which ones are you attacking right now? Are you focusing all this on one?
Well, I mean, yeah, unless he dies with one of the attacks, then I'll.
Yeah. Actually, in fact, sorry. You can only reach one at this point. The first left one, Falpher's kind of in the way enough that you can't reach the second one. So
but I could still attack and then move and then attack the other guy.
if the
with
one
the
goes
rest of the
down,
movement.
sure.
Okay.
And
Although-
I'm super small, and my halfling nimbleness doesn't really affect cover for items or for monsters that are at least one size larger than me, Jay.
That's cover though. That doesn't have to do with taking up space.
Really?
I don't think so.
Let me check.
Okay. Anyways, you're focusing all your attacks on one, Brandon.
It's starting. And,
Okay,
and
give me some
unless he
damage.
dies, and then I'll. Yeah.
Give me some damage.
Okay. So the first one is 9 points of damage with the Badger Claw.
Okay.
Silver retractable Wolverine Badger Claw, and the next one is. This is the magic sword. That's 7 plus 6 is 13, and then the next magic sword attack, the final attack, which is the nat 20. That's 6, and then the d6 was a 6, and that's a 12, and so okay, that's 16 points
Okay.
of damage on that.
So it takes all three, but you basically tear down and chop down this barbarian in front of you, and it falls dead right beside the other one.
Okay. So I fall for being small and me still having some movement. Can I kind of get myself in between him and the other guy?
You can't get in between. Sorry. So what did you find out, Joel?
No, you're right. It's
Okay.
only if I'm actually in the space, moving through someone else's space.
Right.
So you're right.
Right. So if you come around here, you can get the other one.
Okay.
Sterling.
So I'll stand over there.
Yeah.
And I guess I can't protect Falfer by being in between, but this will do.
Yeah. Unless Falpher moves, he's in contact melee right now with him, so
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to do that. Okay. All right, Dmitri, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna go up to. Can I get to a barbarian there?
Can you get there? Yeah, you can get there.
Okay. I'm gonna attack it with the longsword.
Yep.
With advantage.
Okay.
Avantage. Good thing I did, because one of those was a 1. 25 to hit.
Sorry?
25 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And so 9 slashing.
Okay.
The first attack. And then I will roll again.
And you can see that this one has not been hurt yet. It's still fresh.
Okay. So that's 25 to hit again.
That's another hit. Wow, very good.
And I'm going to add Divine Smite onto this.
Okay.
So that's 14 slashing plus Divine Smite. It's not an undead or a fiend or anything, right?
No.
All right. Plus 5 radiant. Haha.
So how much is that in all?
19.
Sorry, after the 9. So 10 more? You said it took 9 first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So an extra 10. Okay.
9 14, 5. Yeah, so 28.
Oh, okay. So another 10. Okay. All right, you start to chop it down, but it is not yet bloodied with all of that damage even still. Okay, back up to the top. You folks are still unconscious. Strahd, you can see he kind of turns. At this point, you can kind of see the area that he's on is a little higher than, and you can kind of see the vantage through the circle on the other side. And you can see that he kind of turns his nightmare to face what's happening at the hill and with the effigy. As these twig blights kind of grab around Muskoka in kind of the center of the chest and cling him tight to the chest of the effigy as his arms are kind of spread wide and his legs are together, almost in a crucifix kind of formation. And the chanting begins to get joined by a third person.
It's not a crucifix. It's more like I'm hugging him. Can we look at it that way?
Maybe.
Three hugger.
Sure. And almost like he's being posed in the position that the effigy is. So his arms are along Strahd's arms. His legs go down kind of where Strahd's legs are in the center of this effigy. The chanting begins to grow even further, even louder as they hold him against this effigy currently. And you do see from within the chest a green glow begin to emanate stronger as it kind of starts to peek through some of the crevices within the effigy's body.
Okay, so not Muskoka's chest, the effigy.
No, the effigy's chest. Yep.
Okay.
Good. And starts to kind of glow past Muskoka. And you can see it's kind of almost poking through in and around him.
Okay, Jay, can we tell that this is an effigy of Strahd? Like, can we,
yes,
when looking
100%.
at it, we can 100% tell?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's your turn, Falpher.
Yeah. I'm going to... Can I reach Muskoka still?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to run over to him, try to wrangle his face enough off of the little whatever stick things that are holding him, so that I can pour a potion of greater healing into his mouth.
Okay, so you're going to try and get over there. So let him... Okay, so Falpher's going to run through and away from the barbarian. The barbarian's going to take a swipe at you. That's an 11, misses.
Nice.
As he swipes over your head. He's going to go through Dmitri. What's your movement?
35.
Okay, so 25.
Whoa, 1 sec. 25.
Okay, so he stops in front of that barbarian there. No, in front of the barbarian that, like, yeah. I guess you're trying to sidestep people, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I'm like...
As much as you can. Where are you on this side, though? How many people are kind of around him?
I moved him 5 to
yeah.
15, where he wouldn't provoke him.
Yeah.
20.
Maybe if we can get a shot of the map here, Julian. So he was here, right? So like 5, 10, 15, 20. And so you basically make it to the base of the effigy.
Yeah.
And start to climb up maybe 2 or 3 feet, I'd say.
Okay.
As you kind of cling. Muskoka is about 10 to 15 feet up. So you need your next movement. Unless you dash at this point. But if you dash, you don't have an action.
Yeah.
As a reaction, the barbarian that just attacked Falpher.
Yeah.
Would I be able to
didn't.
attack
Sorry,
using Sentinel?
he was able. He had enough of a wide berth to kind of pass in the center, and they couldn't get to him, so they didn't attack. Oh, sorry, the one that initially did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there was one.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, just longsword attack.
Yep.
Attack in the back.
And 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 8 slashing.
Okay, very nice.
I also have the Sentinel feat.
And you can tell that
20
this
to
one is
hit.
bloodied. You can't use Sentinel. You both have Sentinel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use it
Both.
at the same time.
Yeah, only one of us can.
All right, it's all you.
Apologize. Apologize. At this point, sorry, are you using your dash to climb, Falpher?
No. Nope.
You're just stopping
I'm
at
gonna
the
wait till
base?
my next turn. Yeah.
Okay. All right. They're gonna converge on him, the ones that are surrounding him, like the 2 druids. How many people are there? 4. Okay. And as you've entered this circle now, Falpher, you can see that in the back corner here, you see Ezmerelda unconscious on the ground. She's tied up. You see a dark-skinned gentleman who is wrapped in what appear to be kind of silver, bright metallic chains.
Okay.
There is a druid here who is chanting. There is a druid here who is chanting and dancing, and there's a druid here who is chanting and dancing behind the effigy.
Okay.
Okay? As you start to cling and climb, there is 2 barbarians and 2 druids who converge on your position. And you hear a crackle of energy from the 2 druids as they charge you. The first berserker is going to take a swing. That's going to be a 22. Go ahead, what?
I was just going to say, can I use my dash action?
Too late now. And that one's going to be a 23 for both berserkers. That's the first one is only it swipes at you as you're trying to climb, and that is only going to be 4 points of damage. The other one, unfortunately, is going to be 11 points of damage.
Well, I'm down with the first one.
Okay, Falpher crumbles and falls to the ground. In front. No, yeah, we have unconscious Falpher. I forgot about that. So excited about unconscious. There he is. Aw.
Oh,
Okay.
somebody has to be excited about it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happy. Thank you.
Not me though. I'm also unconscious.
Thank you, Hero Forge.
Look at us, guys.
Okay.
We're just taking a nappy nap.
Seems like a good place to do it.
All right, so those converge. The other druids continue to chant, and as this chanting continues, you see, I don't know who sees, Dmitri, out of the corner of your eye, you and Sterling are the only ones that are still standing. At this point, you see Muskoka start to be enveloped into this effigy. As the roots that go up its legs start to climb, and there are dark roots that come out of the chest and start to wrap around Muskoka and pull him into the center. And as that starts to happen, this green glow kind of shoots out the front, illuminating him as the chest cavity opens and begins to swallow Muskoka into the center of this effigy.
Oh, Jay, I just
Yeah.
lay there unconscious.
Thank you. That's good.
I did the same.
This is Sterling, you're up.
Same.
Dimitri, you're on deck.
I'm going to carry on the tradition of fighting things until they kill us. So I already pre-rolled my attacks.
Nice.
Do I get advantage on any of these?
You get advantage on these attacks, yes.
Okay, so that's a 15, a 21, and a nat 20.
Those are all good.
It's 6 plus 11 plus 19 damage. So
That is enough. You fell another one that is right in front of you, and it is the only one now that kind of blocks the entrance.
Since my last strike was a nat 20, can I lop off his head and have it land in front of one of his druid buddies, and
Yes.
then kind of look at them with this kind of crooked, gigantic Warforged smile?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a druid actually standing right beside where it happens. Can you give me an intimidation check I'll allow you to have with a natural 20, please?
Sure. 11.
Okay. The druid kind of shies back a little bit and takes a couple steps back, I'll say. Kind of afraid of you.
Thank you, very gracious.
You're welcome. Dimitri. He's a little bit, something. A little something. Okay, Dimitri, you're up.
Okay. Is that Ezmerelda's miniature on the other side of the other entrance over there?
Right there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How much, what's the distance to go around the outside of the wall to get to the other end? What's that distance?
Josh is calculating currently. 95 to 100 feet.
95 to 100 feet. Okay. Then. Okay. I will just go in and I will attack the first barbarian that I see that's
Yep.
attacking Falpher.
Yeah, they're kind of standing over Falpher's body, and they're kind of celebrating his fall as you come up behind it. Go ahead, attack.
Yeah. Are they raging or berserking rather?
They were not
Reckless.
that time. So it's
Okay.
just a regular shot.
Regular shot. Okay, 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 11 slashing.
Nice.
And then I'll attack the same one again.
Yep. It didn't see it coming, didn't hear you coming, and you hit it square in the back and slash it across its kind of gray, caked skin. Go ahead.
Okay, 11 to hit.
11 is not enough. As it kind of turns on you and uses its axe to parry the next blow.
I smirk.
I like it. Falpher, first death save, please.
They didn't bother to stabilize him?
No one did. No one did. Here, okay, so first death save rolling now, that's an 11. So that's
That is a
success.
pass. That is a success. Okay. At this point, Dmitri, as you're attacking this barbarian, you look up, and Muskoka is almost completely engulfed at this point into this effigy as the vines are closing around the front of his face and his chest. You can see that his legs have disappeared in, and so have his hands. At this point, the barbarians are going to turn to face Dmitri. The druid is going to... what's the druid going to do? It's going to stand back a little bit. Can you move back that way? What's behind him, the other druid? The two druids are going to stand back. This one's going to move this way. And the rest are going to continue to chant. 2 berserker attacks to Dmitri. Oh, man, these dice. 21.
Hit.
And a 20.
Okay. I use my reaction on one of those attacks
Yeah.
to move that attack damage from Dmitri
Yeah.
onto the second attacker.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So not to the one that was causing the attack, but to his buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So the first attack damage does 9 points of damage. So that's the one that you deflect.
Sure.
And what range do you have to be within, Dmitri,
30
to
feet.
do that? Okay. So and how does that happen?
So I invoke one of my runes
Yep.
as a reaction,
Yep.
and it will take that attack damage and apply it to.
Okay. So
another
all of a sudden your
creature of my
rune flashes with what color would it be?
choice. Blue.
Blue. It flashes blue energy, and all of a sudden, as the axe comes down towards Dmitri, a blue energy flashes on the surface of Dmitri and deflects the axe, and it ends up hitting his buddy for 8 points of damage.
Oh.
The next attack is you're gonna take 11 points of damage, Dmitri. And I would like you to make a strength saving throw, Sterling, please.
Sure.
Got this.
$15.
Okay. With
Oh
the-
wait, I have advantage because I'm Big Sterling.
Yeah, and 2, sorry. 2 saving throws.
21.
Okay.
Come on.
And then 2 more, right?
Oh, two more.
2 from 2 different people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
So roll with advantage on 2 spells.
nat 20
Okay. So you're good.
and 21.
Vines begin to sprout out of the ground, attempting to ensnare you, and it does not work. You manage to just stomp them and like kick out of them as if they were nothing. And you're uprooting them and pulling your legs out without any issue whatsoever.
Stupid druid.
Sterling, you're up. Dmitri,
right.
you're on deck.
If I do a dash, can I get to Muskoka? Climbing?
What's your strength?
My strength?
Sorry, your speed. 30?
Yeah, 30 feet.
The problem is that you're gonna have to get through enemies. You can't pass through enemy spaces. So if we can get the map up here again,
deking around the enemies with a full 60 feet of.
You
movement, can
actually
I get up
can't.
to Muskoka.
Yeah, no. If we can get the overcam, Julian.
If I could do it within 30, that would be great.
See, you can see the entrance here. You get to
Yeah.
here and you meet an enemy. You'd have
And
to
I cannot get past him at all.
You'd have to dispatch him. You might be able to. Can you
Okay.
get past with an attack of opportunity? I don't think you can. And because you're big Sterling, if you were small Sterling, you could. But with big Sterling,
Okay.
you're not able to. So you'd have to get through him. And I'd say you'd get an attack of opportunity from his buddy once you've dispatched this guy.
So I pre-rolled some attacks just in case.
Sure.
So that's 9 plus, so it's 15 points of damage, and I'm just hacking at him like he's in my way. Like I just die so I can go.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. And I'm gonna say that this is the one that he already has hurt. So how many points of damage is that?
Sorry, that was 17.
17. Okay. All right, and you start hacking at him, and you can see the blood is starting to pour and spray from this berserker who's in front of you. That is your turn, though.
Yeah, and now that I have another reaction from my turn, I'm gonna give advantage to Falpher on a death save.
Okay. Dmitri, you're up.
Oh,
Okay. So how many barbarians are there?
There's 2 left that you can see in front of you.
Okay.
The 2 that you're fighting.
And how many druids are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
sheesh.
Okay. I'll keep attacking the barbarian that I was attacking.
Okay.
My sword. 13 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. And 15 slashing.
Nice.
Yes.
And then second attack, 12 to hit.
That's a miss, unfortunately. As you dig deep into his clavicle, and he kind of braces under the pressure, but breaks a little bit. And you can see the worry start to kind of fill his face as he brings up his great axe in one final attempt, and is able to hit aside your second blow. Okay, that is your turn.
Yes.
Okay, Falpher.
I'm going to roll with advantage on a death save. Okay, that's a 12, so I would have, and then that's a 12.
Okay, so you get one more save back.
Success. Yeah.
Okay, and then at this point, Sterling and Dmitri, as you peer up, Muskoka disappears inside of the effigy as the thorns and vines close in around him.
Dude, it's been so fun, man. Like, really fun.
And you feel the earth begin to tremble under the ground as lightning and thunder begins to hit in a higher degree of succession at the top of the wall. The effigy begins to shake as debris begins to fall from it, as it begins to shudder, and green energy begins to kind of shoot out in multiple directions out of this, and basically green light. You don't imagine it's dangerous energy, but it's like almost this green glow is growing and growing and growing inside of this effigy, attempting to burst free. At this point, the 2 berserkers are going to attack Dmitri again. Actually, one of them is going to attack Dmitri. That's going to be enough. That's a 19. That's enough, Dmitri?
Yeah.
That didn't even sound like you. It sounded like Dave.
Yeah.
That is going to be 7 points of damage. You still up?
Yes, I am.
Okay. The other one is going to be a 19 on you, Sterling.
Okay, a 19 to hit.
Yeah. That's a miss.
That's a hit because my shield is stowed.
Dang it.
I'm dual wielding, so it's a hit.
Okay, that is only 5 points of damage.
Then,
As
as a reaction, I'm gonna attack the one that attacked Sterling.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, does that mean I can sentinel for you too?
You would have been able to before.
Okay.
Only one of us.
It's so hard to keep track of sentinel.
But it's
Sorry.
just a 9
Go
to hit.
for it.
Nine
it,
is a
man.
miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it was a natural 1 to hit, but
I will let it go. You guys are having a tough enough time.
Oh, kind DM.
You guys are having.
Do
a
I
tough enough
control
time.
the effigy now? Is it like my robot? Is that
Not.
what's happening?
You'll find out.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Voltron.
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 Sure,
Yes.
sure, buddy.
We could really use Voltron right now.
Yeah. Or
I have a big wicker robot.
I'd set it for Ed 209.
Yeah. Man.
We
is there another
didn't
druid here? Just
roll
move back
other
to that wall.
characters, you guys.
No.
Okay.
I have a backup.
I do not.
Sterling, you're up.
I was gonna show
Dmitri, you're on deck.
Did this guy in front of me reckless attack? Do I get advantage on those attacks?
No, those weren't reckless.
Okay, all right. So that's an 18, 17, and 12 to hit. The 12 is a miss, I'm guessing, right?
The 12 is a miss. Yes.
Okay, so the 18 and 17 hit. That's a total of 19 points of damage. hacking
Okay,
this
so,
guy.
sorry. How many of those attacks is 19? Is it just one?
Sorry, no, but that's the total between the two attacks. The first attack was
Okay.
8.
Then you fell the barbarian that is in front of you.
All right, so impaling him with the badger claw. That was so wonderfully made for me.
Yeah.
And there's a druid close by.
There's a druid that has now backed off 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Okay. Well, I know Muskoka's inside, and whatever damage is probably happening, and I'm wondering if I should kill first. So I'm going to rush to that druid, and I'm going to level that 17
when
on
he-
him.
yeah, just wait a second.
It's,
When he
11
comes
points
within
of
10
damage.
feet, again, and this druid is just a gnome, little gnome druid, again, covered
Yeah.
in this gray clay, opens up its hands and does the clapping motion again in your direction.
Cool.
And I'd like you to make a strength saving throw, please.
I can do
Sorry,
that.
constitution saving throw.
I can do that too. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay.
It's almost an 18.
That's 15 points of damage,
Okay.
and you are pushed back 10 feet. As the thunderous force hits you
Really mad now.
and pushes you back. Basically, you're pushed back to the wall and you put your arms out, which stop you from leaving the circle completely.
All right.
Dmitri, you're up.
okay. There's just one barbarian now.
Yes, one barbarian left right in front of you.
Okay, I'll swing with my longsword.
Okay,
16 to hit
that's a hit.
and 15 slashing.
Okay,
It's still up, I take it?
yep. This one
Okay.
was hardly injured,
Oh,
quite fresh.
okay. I hit it again, and it's a natural 20.
That's a hit. Very good.
Okay, so that's 8 plus that, so 18.
18 damage?
slash. Sorry?
18 damage?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, as you begin to hack at this barbarian, knowing that it's kind of the last of their muscle standing between you and the effigy. Back up to the top. All of a sudden, the twig blights kind of separate themselves from the effigy and kind of scurry down, almost scared, as they kind of scurry down this effigy and leave. The effigy begins to crack and bend as you see a hand kind of burst from the right arm, and it's this long, twisted, almost like a branch-like hand. And another one breaks out from the other one. As out of this effigy comes a hulking, tree-like creature that stands now in the middle of this circle as the effigy begins to crumble and crack and fall down around where you are. Green light emanating from its eyes and its mouth. And that's this unworldly natural scream as it starts to look around for its next prey. And at this point, as soon as it's born, the druids fall to their knees, all almost in reverence of it, as the drums completely stop, and the singing stops and the dancing stops, almost like they've birthed something that they have been waiting for a very, very long time. Falpher, death save.
That is a 12. I am
That-
out of death saves.
You are now stable, but unconscious, and at the feet of this large, tree-like creature.
So I'm unconscious.
Yes.
Okay, I do nothing.
Okay. At this point, the druids, like I said, they fall to their knees in reverence. This berserker is going to continue to attack you. That is a 20, Dmitri.
Oh, I can use Uvar to give him disadvantage on that.
Give disadvantage to the berserker.
Yeah.
That's a 17, so that wouldn't have helped. That is
Yeah,
eight
my
points
AC
of,
is 18.
8 points of damage. Oh, sorry. No, it was 17 plus 5. So it was a natural 17 plus 5. That's 8 points of damage, Dmitri.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Good. Good.
Alright.
What are we doing here?
The at this point, the druids begin to, almost on their feet with their heads down, not looking at the creature, begin to kind of like back off of the circle. As they all kind of begin to back away. And still kind of in front of the bodies that lie to either side of the creature. And again, the creature just kind of like overlooking what's happening within the circle. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
Okay, use my bonus action to heal 12 points with second wind.
Okay.
And I make how close am I to that giant hulking tree thing? And does it have buck teeth?
What's that? It does not have buck teeth.
He might still be alive in there. Well, he might still be alive in there. So, how close am I to the tree?
20 feet?
20 feet.
And you
All
could
right,
you could
I'll-
get around the barbarian, but you're going to get an attack of opportunity.
All right. Yep. So I'll. Wait, the barbarian's dead, isn't he?
No, there's still one standing.
Oh, I thought the last of their muscle went down.
No. You said the
Okay.
almost down. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, there's still one.
So I'll make my first attack at him, and if he doesn't die, then I'll just use my second attack on him. On
Okay.
The tree. So that's a 15 and a 20 to hit.
That's both. Those are both hits.
Okay. 11 points for the first attack,
Okay.
and 10 points for the second.
Almost. As he's just
Okay.
clinging to whatever resolve he has left.
Okay. And
Does that
just as
stop
an
his
RP
movement, or
note,
can he keep going? Yeah. Yeah, you can still move. Like once you've got an attack of opportunity, it's on your way through, so you can continue to move through. It doesn't
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
just
stop
not
you.
sure I want to be right beside the giant tree thing yet, unless I'm gonna hit it first.
Got it.
So
Good call.
I'm gonna stay beside this dude for now.
Okay.
And Dimitri's close enough to hear, but the red-eyed hulking figure that is Sterling speaks. Don't look, boy. Don't look. Your friend might be dead.
That's good. Dmitri, you're up.
Okay. I'll try to finish off this barbarian. First hit is 11, which I don't think
It's not a hit. Nope.
Second is 11 again.
Those are both misses. As you start to look around, you're incredibly distracted by this large tree creature, tree monster, and are just having a hard time making purchase with your attacks. Falpher, you're still unconscious. The tree creature begins to move. And it starts to move out of the circle on the opposite side of where you guys are. As it turns and begins to walk in this direction, kind of stepping over the druids, but the druids kind of jumping out of the way in an attempt to kind of get free. It's stepping on one of the druids, and you hear a crunch as one of its legs snaps. It's going to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As it kind of just, without any sort of abandon, kind of walks almost through part of the wall, breaking it apart, stepping on some of the druids without any sort of concern, directly in the direction of Strahd as it leaves the circle.
What is going on?
The druids begin to disperse.
Wow.
I feel like I'm stuck between a Strahd and a hard place.
You might literally be.
As they kind of take dashes in all directions as they run. And you can see that they kind of run. Actually, no, none of you can see it. You basically just see them leave the circle, and they're gone. They leave Ezmerelda and the other figure lying within the circle, kind of against the wall, almost like they abandoned whatever they needed to do with those two while this is kind of occurring. And again, that creature basically long strides across a vast distance. It's about halfway now to where Strahd is. Sterling, you're up.
Go just now.
What's that?
How far would it have gone just now? Could we tell?
60 feet.
Shoot.
Dmitri, you're up. Sterling, you're on deck.
Help me.
Okay, I'll try to finish off this barbarian.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 8 slashing.
Okay. With 8 slashing, you slash almost directly through its left arm. As you can see, the sinew and the bone begin to expose itself right at the joint of the thing. And his left arm kind of goes limp a little bit as he continues to hold the great axe mostly with his right hand.
If he's not dead, then I'll try my second attack.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay. With a natural 1, unfortunately, he brings his axe up and deflects your last attempt. Sterling, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna try to help kill this barbarian too.
Okay.
Okay. That's a 18, 23, and dirty 20 to hit.
Those are all hits.
Okay, so that's a total of 24 damage.
Okay. How do you want to finish off this last barbarian?
All right. I want to shove my sword, just impale him with the sword.
Yeah.
And then impale him with the claw.
Yeah.
And then, as he's dying, let him know that he made some very bad life choices.
Yeah, and you can
Very
see
stern
that in his eyes
looks.
as they
Yeah.
roll back and the life leaves his body.
Yeah. Let him slide down on the ground. And,
Yeah.
Are we out of initiative?
You are now out of initiative order.
Is Ezmerelda here?
Ezmerelda is in the circle, and you can see in the distance this tree creature walking basically almost halfway towards Strahd.
Okay,
Do
Falpher.
I have any
Falpher
feelings?
stable?
Do I have any sensations? Or am I just nothing?
You are currently unconscious.
That's cool.
Having ingested a a changeling.
I'll go and just check on Falpher and just to see what kind of condition he's in, because he's right there.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
16.
With a 16, you can tell that he's breathing, but he's absolutely unconscious.
Okay, I'll check on Ezmerelda.
Same.
The dirty 20.
Yep.
Dirty
Same.
20.
Safe breathing.
Okay. All right, so I'll pick her up, to carry her.
Okay.
and I'll bring her over to Dmitri.
Okay.
What do we do?
That humanoid still lies back against the wall, covered in chains. And you did notice, as you were checking Ezmerelda, you can see that these bright silver chains that are wrapped around this creature, you can see where it touches the skin, you can see almost like burn marks on the skin.
Oh, what do you make of that?
On his dark skin.
Whoever it is, if he's an enemy of Strahd, he's a friend to us.
I'll go over and just to check on what condition he's in.
Okay. Medicine check.
A natural 20.
Okay. You can tell that he, again, is unconscious, but breathing, is absolutely alive. In the distance, you see the tree creature kneel before Strahd. And as Strahd, even on his nightmare, kind of as this thing kneels, it's almost just above his eye line. And as they meet eyes, Strahd kind of nods at the creature and points northeast. He then turns his nightmare around and in a flash of brimstone and ash disappears into the ether. As this creature stands up, green energy emanating from his eyes in almost like an explosion of power as it begins to trudge full speed northeast. What do you guys do?
Can we pretty much divine an idea of where this thing is going?
Survival check?
So I'm still unconscious, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay. You imagine it's in the directly in the direction of Vallaki.
They're in some Vallaki trouble.
A lot of fucking trouble.
Was he just blocking over there, or is he running?
Well, he's moving full speed, so.
Get the block out. Done.
Don't even.
Let me see if I can try and revive Ezmerelda. And I'm going to use Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And it'll heal for 4 HP.
Ezmerelda, you come back.
Dmitri.
Are you all right?
No. Where is Muskoka?
He's inside the tree creature. They put him into the statue. It absorbed him and awoke as some walking tree. It's moving to Vallaki. I don't know if he yet lives.
We have to go after him. We can't leave him.
Yes, indeed. I don't suspect that this other person would have been who they have chosen to be part of this, some sort of ritual to bring the tree to life.
I feel terrible.
Would any of us know anything about whether he would have been consumed or killed in this process?
Give me an Arcana check.
I want to
Ooh,
check
I have
that
advantage
too.
on those because of my rune.
12.
Oh, another nat 20. This D&D dice roll is really working today too.
Right, very nice. So with a 12, Dmitri, you imagine that the from what you gathered from what the Markovs told you, the green gem would have been what powers it, what potentially brought this creature to life. You don't necessarily know what Muskoka, what purpose he served for this creature. Obviously, this gem was in the effigy all along, so you don't understand. But the way that it glows from inside, you imagine it's almost like a battery for this creature. With the natural 20, Sterling, you absolutely could tell from your research and from things you've heard in stories that Muskoka was a sacrifice almost that would jumpstart this thing. It was a sacrifice, and in the way that the druids reacted, you can tell that they didn't quite expect that result.
What do you mean sacrifice?
Yeah.
Like,
You're unconscious.
that was going to be my question. Like, sacrifice unto death or just his blood?
Just my time.
Like,
I would say...
Is it using him as a battery?
Yeah. Well, you imagine that the gem would be the battery that would be running this thing. You don't think that, even though it was obviously used to jumpstart this thing, you don't think that they're necessarily linked, if that makes sense. Like, it appears that the druids were trying to get something out of this that wasn't necessarily bringing this creature to life. Like, they expected something to happen, and they even started to, like, touch their bodies as if they were expecting some sort of change to occur, and they didn't. And then they started to scatter in confusion as to what exactly happened.
But do I, with that next 20, do I know if he would be alive?
You don't. You don't. But you do know that the Mardikovs were talking about the fact that these druids were trying to find something out. And I can't... Do you remember exactly, or do you recall anything of what I told you that the Mardikovs said?
I think they want the other gems.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm blanking on his name. I'll call him Uncle Jeff for now.
Yeah.
That runs the Blue Water Inn. He has one of the gems.
Yeah. Well, believed to have one of the gems, right? The father believes. Yeah,
This
accused.
kind of confirms it, because why else would they go to Vallaki? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Vallaki's a nice place.
Yeah.
So my eyes dim a little bit and
Yeah.
flicker like a hard drive reading.
Yeah.
And it says, one of the past warforged memories contains knowledge of this. I don't know if he is dead or alive, but this was a sacrifice. He was part of the ritual, and he somehow, in conjunction with the stone inside, which powers this thing, brought it to life. And I don't believe that the druids expected it.
You
Why
also...
were the druids there?
You also, Ezmerelda, I would say that you also remember, through all of your research too, and through what the Mardikovs kind of told you, that the Mardikovs are shifters, and you imagine that there's a link between them being able to shift. I think they said something about the druids in Barovia not being able to shift. You know that druids in general can change their shape into animals and take on the shape of animals and creatures. These cannot. You actually think that there's some sort of link, as you guys start to talk and discuss what just happened, that there is a link between Muskoka being a shifter and them trying to find some way to get their shifting power returned to them.
They must have needed him. And we heard Strahd say. Didn't we hear him say something about use the shifter?
Yes.
So we heard Strahd say, I heard him say anyway, to use the shifter, and there must be something about Muskoka that they needed.
Right. This other fellow here, he's wrapped in silver chains. They must have used silver because he himself may be affected by a werewolf, making him some sort of a transformative creature. Maybe that's the type of creature they were looking for.
This makes sense. I would also venture to guess that since this creature is moving to Vallaki, it seeks the other crystal, assuming it may be at the Blue Water Inn still.
You see the tree-like creature in the distance kind of crest trees and move out of sight along the road north.
Is there no way for us to send a word for help? To anyone?
Perhaps our raven friends. How can we contact them? Can I just be looking around to see if there's any ravens around?
Yeah. Perception check, please.
Does the amulet
15.
do anything here?
Sorry?
15?
15? Okay. With a 15, you look up and you do hear the distant sound of the caw of ravens. You do recall during the battle that you did see a raven circle, but you haven't seen one since. The tree creature sort of came to being. But you do remember the presence of some circling earlier in the battle that you just didn't notice earlier. You were busy kind of embroiled in the action. Falpher, you hear again. Come, join me. We will rule this place like our ancestors of old.
I hear this while being unconscious?
Yes. Almost like a dream.
I want to use my rope and tie up and also untie the guy so that I can have the silver chain. But I don't want him to be free.
Okay, so there's a padlock. There's a strong kind of padlock that holds the chains in place in one spot.
Oh, okay. We could use these chains. Sorry?
It's a go-go gadget key.
Yeah. I would say for the sake of brevity, you end up being able to break the lock. It's a very strong lock, finely made lock, but eventually through all of you, you're able to break it. And it takes you the sum of about 10, 15 minutes to get the lock broken and then kind of the chains unwrapped and collected.
Okay, so
10 minutes, I'll say.
At time, I shrink down back to small sterling, but the eyes will stay red and the warforged voice will continue.
Okay. All right. What do you do?
Do you think
Should I
our
carry this
Vistani
on?
ally? Do you think our Vistani allies will be able to help us?
They may, but I know that they have reported being under attack in the past as well. It's possible they may not be in a position to fight. It's worth a try.
Well, we are certainly not in a position to fight on our own.
Use all the help we can get.
Okay, so at the top of my lungs, I'll call out for Were-Ravenkin
Okay.
to come if they are nearby and within earshot.
Okay. Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Sure. It's another nat 20. By the way, I'm using the Rime of the Frost Maiden dice for anybody that. These are. I used to use the healing bottle ones.
Yeah.
These ones.
Yeah.
These ones are better.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks,
say
D&D Beyond. With the natural 20, your voice echoes beyond how far you thought it could. There is no response immediately.
Okay.
Shall we go to Vallaki and risk life and limb?
Yes, I think we should head there regardless and keep trying like the Ravenkind.
We can't just
Dmitri.
leave.
Hook up Falpher to that little strap you have there. We'll carry him along.
So I put him in the harness like a baby. Oh, look, he's going for nappies.
Does that amulet have any ability that might help us? I know
Not-
nothing of it.
Not at the moment. No, I don't think so.
All right, child, you may return.
And the eyes turn back blue. So, are we going to Vallaki?
We can't waste any time. We can't leave him.
Yes. We have to at least warn Vallaki, and at best save Muskoka somehow.
If
if he's alive, we can't leave him in that thing. We have to save him.
I agree. Let's go quickly then.
Okay. So I guess we travel. We're going to Vallaki.
What do you do with the unconscious individual?
I'm going to carry him. I'll just throw him over my shoulder
Okay.
with my sword arm, so I'm still holding my shield out.
Okay. And where's Falpher's in
I've tied him.
the Bjorn?
Yeah, Falpher's in the Bjorn.
Okay. All right. Bruised, beaten, bloody, you all gather kind of your things. And as you crest the outside of this circle, there is no sign of the druids, no sign of any berserkers or barbarians. There's a quietness across the expanse of what is Yester Hill. As you look back, you see not far from here, maybe, like I said, 75 to 100 feet, you see that copse of trees with that gnarled tree in the center of it. As you kind of are gathering your things, you also notice that the roots that held the effigy in the middle of the circle have started to retract and grow back. And eventually, by the time you're ready to leave, they're gone under the ground. And that concentric, not the concentric circle, but the copse of trees that surrounded that one gnarled tree in the middle, you do notice, obviously, that they are dying closer to the center, and they are full as it goes out. In the moment, in a glimpse, you almost notice the tree move as you kind of move in the opposite direction.
Like an unnatural movement, not like the wind.
What's that?
An unnatural movement, not a breeze or anything.
An unnatural movement. Do you guys continue to leave?
I think I saw the tree move just now.
Really? In what way?
It didn't seem natural. It's almost as though it moved on its own.
Can you tell if it's what direction it's moving in? Is it moving towards us?
It didn't move from its place, did it?
No. It just looked like almost like some of its branches moved slightly. And almost like you thought it moved, then you kind of shook your head and looked back and it was still.
It's still now, but I could have sworn that the branches moved on their own.
Is this another tree person we're gonna have to deal with?
I'm so tired of those three people.
And you can also see that those creatures are still kind of circling its base.
This place is so strange and awful.
I'm gonna
Lord knows what that is.
yell at the tree. Leave us alone, tree.
There's no response from the tree.
And these things have been circling it since we got there, right? Not just
Yep.
since...
No, they've been
the
circling it
Muskoka thing?
kind of the whole time. And you see maybe half a dozen of them.
Settling. I let Muskoka go off and be the bait in our plan, and I shouldn't have done that. That was my fault.
I brought up the idea. I shouldn't have.
What if we can't get him back?
We can't think like that. We can't afford to.
I shouldn't have let him. I should have been the one.
No.
Sterling, can you give me a perception check, please?
There's no use crying over it now. All we can do is try to fix it, try to put it back together. Try to get him free.
24. Again, that's the Frost Maiden dice.
Okay, 24. With the 24, as you glimpse back at the tree again, just to kind of get a glimpse of it again, to see if you can see anything weird. At the base of the tree, from the direction that you are, you actually see a body lying prone, kind of facing the tree with its hand kind of up on its roots, extended towards the tree, and the glint of what you see might be armor on this body. And then just up, almost at standing height, you see that there is a glittering axe that is stuck into the side of the tree. As you look past that, in the wall of fog, that image that has been there this entire time of this glistening city on a hill with sunlight and warmth begins to close up, and it disappears behind the walls, or sorry, behind the fogs, mists. Fogs isn't a real thing. Behind the fog of Barovia. And that is where we're going to end the session for this evening. Thank you all for watching tonight. What an episode. We have, that was episode 13. We have 3 left to go in this season, and then we will be doing Tides of Wildmount Season 2 in November. If you like what you saw today, consider following us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Realmsmith. Also at Beetle and Grimm's, do that. Also at D&D, definitely do that. But if you want to subscribe to all the channels. But if you subscribe to the Realmsmith channel, you will be entered into our Discord, where we have a whole roleplay community that exists, who play Vistani, who are part of our world, who interact at certain points throughout our campaign. Muskoka, David, it's been fun playing with you, and I'm just kidding. We'll figure out what happens next week.
Just bought the hat. Just painted the mini.
The mini was literally painted 1 session ago.
Yeah, he's not even done yet. I didn't even get him done just yet. We're gonna do the draw real quick. Let's draw for the digital copy of Curse of Strahd for your D&D experience. And I have been sent who the winner is.
And we aren't eligible, are we, Jay, as
No.
players?
Hints of Nightshade. Congratulations, you are the winner of a digital copy of Curse of Strahd for your D&D Beyond experience. If you already have it, you can pass the code that you're being sent on to somebody else so that they can enjoy it. I feel like there's such a somber... see, again, this is
because
Barovia.
we all died, Jason.
You didn't.
We all...
You were all alive.
Are we? Do we know that for sure?
Are we?
Yeah, questionable.
Okay,
There's question marks at the end of that.
You're all not dead that you know of. Barovia.
Mostly dead is still slightly
Yes.
alive.
Yeah, well,
Mostly dead.
there were a lot of good saving throws on death saves, Joel.
That's true. That's true.
That could have been very
true.
bad.
I could have been bad.
Yes.
But what did we learn tonight, class? We don't split the party. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you to Beetle and Grimm for your 10% discount code. That was, I think it's over now, actually, 25 minutes ago. But we will be doing that next episode as well. So tune in next episode for another chance to get another code for 10% off. And we will continue next week. Tomorrow night.
And if you want a good story, you split the party.
And if you want to, sure. It was a good story. It is. Absolutely. Everything adds to the story. Tomorrow night, Behind the Screen with myself. Thursday night, Players Table with Joel Auge. And then we'll be back on Monday for episode 14. Can you believe we're already at 14 of Into the Mist? I love you, Dave. Dave apparently is in the mist at this point. He's given into his fate. Tune in next week when we find out what happens to Muskoka. You guys have a good night.
Muskoka.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye. Oh, man.
Oh no.
Wow.